help us spread #SaveRoblox and get it trending on X so we can force Roblox to change its moderation tactics. So around a week has passed since my latest video on the Potemer Scandal. Since then, Potemer has made a second official response to the allegations. That includes a police report and a Public Information Act request that can be seen as yet another PR stunt to try to manipulate his millions of underage followers into believing the allegations as debunked, while attempting to silence those who came out about his predatory behavior. So if you agree that this is just another attempt of dodging accountability and manipulating his fans into thinking he is innocent, then make sure to like and subscribe, and watch until the end as we clear up the fog caused by this whole ordeal. Now I'm sure all of you know about the Potemer Scandal so far, considering it's been talked about for the past half year, but for those of you who are new, he crossed state lines to do you know what to a 12-year-old minor while he was 16. In addition to this, there were numerous instances of Potemer distributing NSFW content to minors. All of this would make him a 100% child predator and a statutory child R-wordist, since anyone regardless of age can be a child predator. Now on to the latest updates regarding the scandal, which is the fact that Potemer released a second official quote response to the scandal, claiming that illegal investigation went on behind closed doors, and this quote investigation proved he is innocent. But in reality, this response is just another manipulation attempt despite the overwhelming amount of evidence, including admissions, screenshots, recordings, testimonies from those who knew him in real life. He still got away from a quote legal point of view. In addition, with this statement, Potemer attacked a quote police report that he said quote cleared him of a wrongdoing, and that he and a bunch of others were investigated, and that the police found nothing criminal, and also shuts down any speculation that he tricked the police, insisting that the police done a quote detailed look into them. He also uses a video Craft made that states YouTubers are not the police. And while this part is true, Potemer's usage of this is just another attempt to discredit those who spent months collecting evidence and calling him out, then ending said post with his classic sympathy baiting move. This entire post is just pointless. Potemer's waving around a single redacted police report tied to one incident and pretending that this erases everything else that proves he is guilty of his actions. This is not a defense, it's a distraction. It's also important to note that the 3 pages Potemer showed are more watered down than his own responses. Going over the police report he posted, on the surface, it might seem legit, but when you look deeper it uncovers a whole bunch of lies and BS tied into said report. This report only lists one screenshot and nothing else. Meanwhile, the real evidence uncovered by the community features hundreds of screenshots, dozens of audio clips, numerous chat logs, and first-hand accounts of inappropriate and predatory behavior. This is not a misunderstanding. This was a massive investigation spanning months, and Potemer thinks one screenshot erases all of that. Just pathetic if you believe me. The individuals involved were labeled as a school principal, Puss, the individual who was threatened with expulsion and later unjustifiably false arrested, all because he was preparing to speak out, Yellow, the victim from the core allegation who was unjustifiably grounded by her mother after she spoke out, who in fact is also listed in the police report. There were also people quote who were harassed. No one was harassed, so Potemer claiming harassment was made really just shows that either he or his criminal mother are making stuff up as this investigation went along. This isn't transparency, this is tampering, which is another felony and state crime, which can be added onto the list of charges. This is Potemer trying to rewrite the story. No legit defense involves tampering with a police report and inserting your own bias commentary in place of real names. If this had in fact cleared his name, he wouldn't need to touch it and let it speak for itself. No real investigation really happened. And here's the part that exposes this whole thing as a scam. When GWAMGO was looking over the report, he discovered that one of the top names was in fact Puss, but also there was an additional part that said quote, "I'm not the reason for his arrest, nor did I report him. That was someone else." Puss was listed right at the top, suggesting he was a key figure in the investigation. But during a stage that I was a witness to, Puss said that he was never contacted by the police, not for a statement, not for a follow-up, nothing. Here is a clip.
Just a couple minutes ago, I'm not sure if you're fully aware what happened, Potemer released a community post claiming that he's innocent and he provided a bunch of legal documents. I'm not really sure if they're fully real. He released 3 pages claiming that he's innocent and that there are a bunch of legal quotes, and on one of the papers, the second page specifically, he provided a list of people that were investigated, and the second person on that list is your name. And he actually said, "I'm not the reason for his arrest, nor did I report him, that was someone else," which isn't really true because we already confirmed that it was him in a previous video. But were you ever investigated by anyone? Because this says that you were a person of interest and that they spoke to you about something. I mean, have they ever reached out to you?
No, I've been living my day-to-day life like nothing ever happened, I'm gonna be honest. They dropped my case and we're just confused. I was pulled over the other day, just as a pullover ticket, hey, you messed a stop sign. It was why were you arrested? I was I don't even know. What for? And then he pulled it up. He was wow, that's but then dropped it.
If even the people named in the investigation weren't spoken to, then what investigation are we talking about? If Puss, one of the top people on the list, was not spoken to, then it's a possibility that everyone else mentioned in the quote report wasn't interviewed either. This is not a deep investigation, it's a formality, a surface level filing with no real effort to speak to dozens of witnesses who came forward over the past 5 months. So the claim that this report is quote thorough is a complete lie, and if the lack of interviews was bad enough, the witness list means this investigation was only going over the core allegation, which is that Potemer crossed state lines to do you know what to a 12-year-old minor. But if you had been following this scandal, this is just part of a much larger story. This isn't about one allegation. Potemer had been exposed dozens of times and screenshots, video chats, and dozens of first-hand interviews for behavior that is predator. None of that is mentioned in this report. Not the emotional abuse, the threats, the grooming, the lies, the way he used his platform and underage fans to intimidate people into staying silent. None of it. So this whole police report does not absolve him, because it only mentions one situation out of many. This whole report basically shows Potemer is running out of options, and hopes that releasing a watered down, redacted, weak police report featuring just one screenshot clears him of any wrongdoing, when it does not, and it does not mention the instances of Potemer sending NSFW to minors, including sending NSFW to the same victim, after she turned 15, while he was 18. Partaking in 30-themed garlic phone sessions that included minors and NSFW content, sharing NSFW content of Roblox avatars including his own avatar on his own Discord server, commenting on and referring to CP-related content while he was 13, and then sharing that same video to the victim, which is highly disgusting and illegal. This isn't just one isolated incident, it's a years-long pattern of predatory behavior that has been enabled and protected by the people and fans around him. If he truly wants to move on, the least he can do is take accountability for his actions, leave the internet, and never come back. Instead he hides behind legal loopholes and performs damage control, victimizing himself. And I have a feeling this is not the last we will hear regarding this scandal. Anyways, that is all for this video. Please spread this video around so more people are made aware of this situation, and make your own videos going over this situation as well. Make sure to like and subscribe if you are new, and make sure to follow my Twitch, Twitter, and Blue Sky accounts. The links will be in the description. To wrap things up, this video is not intended for hate, harassment or cyberbullying towards the people mentioned in this video, but instead it's to act as an educational and informative video going over the situation at hand. Goodbye.